Hello everyone and welcome back to our English class. In my previous video, dear children, I gave you an introduction of the poem Winter. I also told you about the poet Keki and Daruwala. Now today, I will read out the poem to you and explain you the first and the second stanza. So the first stanza goes, "The mustard seed is in flower, streaking through the countryside. Band on yellow band, acre on acre of light." Here, in these lines, the poet describes the beauty of winter. He says that it is the season when the mustard plants flower. The yellow color of the mustard flowers spreads through the countryside and seems to cover half the world. Half this world is mustard, the other half is rye. The mustard scent is sharp, so is the smell of rye. And therefore the poet says that it seems that half the world is covered with mustard and the other half is covered with rye. So children, the mustard plants and the rye plants are two crops that are mostly grown during the winter season. And so the poet says that the mustard scent is so sharp and so is the smell of rye. The poet is standing there watching the beauty of the mustard plants grown everywhere. And he says that the smell, the scent of the mustard and rye is very sharp. Yet no one's heard the scarecrow sneeze and no one's seen him cry. Here the poet says that the scarecrow, which has been put there in the center of the field, does not sneeze or cry because of the scent of the mustard or rye or because of the cold. Maybe the scarecrow is used to or standing there, watching through the fields. Next stanza. Mustard surrounds the kicker tree and swallows up its fallen thorns. The poet says, the mustard plants seem to change the world around them as they cover the fallen kicker tree thorns. There is a tree, kicker tree in that field, and the mustard plants that are growing to the far land cover the kicker tree and the fallen thorns of that tree. It slithers past the kettle shed, it splashes past the village pond. And then the poet talks about the mustard plants, that they grow around the kettle shed and the pond and extends towards the temple. It splashes past the village pond, past haunted grove, abandoned house, the ruined, ill-balanced temple spire. And so the poet says that the mustard plants grow to all the extent of that countryside. The fields are so vast that they reach up to the haunted grove, abandoned house, and the ruined, ill-balanced temple spire. Out greening grass, out yellowing light, December here is on fire. And so the poet says, the blooming of the bright yellow mustard flowers changes the very look of December, and the whole world seems to be on fire. Now children, December here is on fire could have two meanings to it. The yellow bright color of the mustard, and so the poet says December here is on fire, and the other is the cold waves of the December that makes a person lit a fire for warmth. So the poet says December here is on fire. So children, these are the two stanzas, first two stanzas of the poem. In my next video, I will explain you the rest of the poem. Till then, enjoy reading the poem Winter by Keki and Daruwala. Thank you so much. Take care and have a good day.